Hello and welcome. Two boats A and B start moving from the same point P. Boat A moves in a straight line at 20 kilometers per hour and boat B moves in a straight line at 32 kilometers per hour. The angle between their paths is 70 degrees. We are asked to find the distance between the boats after 2.5 hours. Now let me draw a diagram. The two boats A and B start moving from the same point P. So let's say this is the point, the starting point. So boat A, moves in a straight line, at 20 kilometers per hour. So that means the speed of boat A, is 20 kilometers per hour. So this is PA. Then from the same point, B moves in a straight line, at a speed of 32 kilometers per hour. So this is boat B. So now the angle between their paths is 70 degrees. So we want to calculate or find the distance between the boats after 2.5 hours. So the time is constant in this case. So we have 2.5 hours. So when we know that the speed for boat A is 20 kilometers per hour and that of B is 32 kilometers per hour, so we can equally convert each of these, from kilometers per hour to what? Kilometers. That is, calculate the distance of boat A, the distance traveled by boat A and the distance traveled by boat B at this speed, and the distance traveled by boat A at this speed. All right, we know that from the speed formula. Now speed formula is S equals to distance over time. So which means that speed of boat A, which is 20 kilometers per hour. Then we're also we know that time is what? Time is 2.5 hours. So we want to calculate the distance traveled by boat A. So dA is the distance traveled. Distance traveled by boat A. It is important for us to calculate the distance traveled by boat A and boat B because the question reads, find the distance between the boats after 2.5 hours. So in this case, the distance traveled by boat A will be the product of the speed, the speed, of boat A and the time, that's 2.5 hours. So this would be 20 kilometers per hour multiplied by 2.5 hours. So this will cancel out. So 2.5 times 20, that will be 50. So this will be 50 kilometers. So which means dA, which is the distance traveled by boat A, is 50 kilometers. Very important. Then also SB is 32 kilometers per hour. Then we know that time T is what? 2.5 hours. So the distance traveled by boat B will be equal to the speed of boat B multiplied by what? Time. So the distance traveled by boat B will be, this is 32 kilometers per hour multiplied by 2.5 hours. So 2.5 multiplied by 32. That will be 80 kilometers. So this will be, so dB will be equals to 80 kilometers. So this is the distance traveled by boat B. dB equals to distance traveled, by boat B. All right. So now we can calculate the distance between the two boats. We've been able to calculate distance traveled by boat A when the speed is 20 kilometers per hour at 2.5 hours. Same here. All right. So now to calculate the distance between A and B, so let me designate D. Let D represent the distance between A and B. D equals to distance between both A and both B, so that this will be, so we can then apply, okay, applying cosine rule. So we then have D squared to be equals to distance traveled by both A squared plus distance traveled by both B squared minus 2 times distance traveled by both A multiplied by distance traveled by both B, then multiply by the angle between their path. So let's not forget that theta is what? 70 degrees. So D squared will be equals to, now we have dA to be 50 kilometers. So this will be 50 squared plus dB, which is what? dB is 80 kilometers. So this will be 80 squared minus 2 times 50 times 80, then cos 70 degrees. All right, so this will be 2,500. This will be 6,400. And this will be 8,000, then cos 70 degrees. 2 times 50 is 100. Okay, so what is 8,000 cos 70 degrees? All right, so then if we add this, this will be 0, 0, 9. This is 8,900 minus 2,736.16. And this is D squared. This will be equals to, so we have 8,900 minus 2,736.16. So that will be 6,163.84. So that D will be equals to square root of 6,163.84. Let's not forget that the unit will be in what? Kilometers. So what is the square root of 6,163.84? Yeah. So the distance traveled will be 78.51 kilometers. So we can say therefore distance traveled, okay, the distance between, okay, distance between both A and B is equals to 78.51 kilometers. So this is the answer. The noblest pleasure is the joy of understanding. Bye-bye.